Across the galaxy, light moved like rivers, flowing between star systems filled with powerful empires. Massive ships patrolled the skies, some shaped like silver wings, others like giant floating cities. Every world had its own history, its own heroes, its own wars. And in this huge mix of civilizations, one idea was shared by almost everyone. Humans were a joke, a myth, a bedtime story told to alien children. For thousands of years, alien scholars wrote books laughing at the idea that humans ever existed. They described humans as strange, upright animals who believed they were special. Some scholars even used humans as examples of foolish pride. Museum halls showed drawings of humans like old cartoons, tiny, weak, silly creatures with round heads and small bodies. Entire alien classrooms laughed when teachers explained how ancient legends said humans once challenged great empires. No one believed it. No one took it seriously. Humanity, in the eyes of the galaxy, was nothing more than a funny story. And that is where our story begins inside the Crexian Hall of Knowledge, one of the most respected academic buildings in the Orion sector. Tall, blue-skinned Crexians walked through glowing halls filled with floating books and holographic maps. 6 arms, high intelligence, long lifespans, they were known everywhere as the thinkers of the galaxy. Inside room 972, a heated discussion was happening. A group of scholars stood around a giant hologram. The image showed Earth small, quiet, and empty of life. Humans never existed. One old scholar said, waving 2 of his hands, "This planet shows no civilization. No cities. No signals. Nothing." Another scholar nodded. "Their stories are clearly made up. Probably created by early space explorers who wanted to scare their children." Everyone laughed. Everyone except one young historian standing at the edge of the room. His name was Talum. Small for a Crexian, but with sharper eyes than most. He adjusted his data tablet and cleared his throat. "I know this will sound strange," Talum said, "but I found something." The room grew a little quieter. "Something?" An older scholar asked. "What kind of something?" Talum took a deep breath and tapped his tablet. A new hologram appeared. It showed a faint line of dot-soft, blinking lights that moved in a pattern. "A signal," Talum said. "Not natural. Not random. Someone sent this on purpose." The scholars frowned. "Maybe it's just a malfunction," one said, "or leftover radiation." Another added, "Ta." Alum shook his head. "No, I checked. This signal repeats every 35 seconds. And look at the pattern, these groups of 3 and 2. They match an old structure found in myths. Something called Morse code. It's from human stories." The room went silent. Then everyone began laughing. "Morse code? Really? A human communication system? That means nothing. You're reading too many legends, boy." Talum felt his cheeks heat up in embarrassment, but he didn't stop. "The signal is real, and it's getting stronger every hour. Something is out there. Something that knows Morse code." The head scholar, a tall, silver-skinned Crexian with 8 shining eyes, stepped forward. "Talum," he said slowly, "you are a good historian, but you are chasing shadows. Humans are not real. They never were. Let it go." "But no." The head scholar's voice became firm. "Do not bring this nonsense to the High Council. They already laugh at us for studying human myths. We do not need more shame." The scholars turned away from Talum and returned to their holograms, but Talum couldn't let it go. That night, long after everyone left, he returned to the Hall of Knowledge. The lights were dim. The halls were silent. He walked into room 972 and pulled up the hologram again. The signal was still there, still blinking. He zoomed in. His heart almost stopped. The signal wasn't just repeating. It was changing dot. New dots appeared. New dashes. New groups. The pattern was too organized to be natural. Too intelligent to be a glitch. Talum whispered to himself, "Someone is trying to say something." He saved the data onto his tablet and hurried to the upper floors of the building. There, behind heavy doors, sat the Council of Military Science Leaders, who studied threats and defended the Crexian colonies. When Talum burst into their chamber, the guards almost stopped him. "State your business," one guard said. I have urgent information." Talum said breathlessly, "A signal, unknown, intelligent. It might be dangerous." The guards exchanged looks, then allowed him inside. The military room was filled with tall officers wearing shining armor plates. Their eyes glowed with built-in scanners. They didn't laugh like the scholars. They didn't joke. They looked at the signal with serious faces. One officer muttered, leaning closer. "This is concerning." "It does look structured," another officer said. "Where is it coming from?" A third asked. "Not exactly from Earth," Talum explained, "but near that region, somewhere close to the human myth zone." The officers stared at him. "You mean the area where human legends came from?" "Yes." For the first time in his life, Talum saw fear on the face of a military leader. "Track the signal," the commander ordered. Strength, direction, distance, everything. The room filled with activity. Screens lit up. Graphs changed. Numbers raced. The signal was now pulsing on all screens. Stronger, clearer, closer. Suddenly, the hologram flickered and rearranged itself into letters. Real letters. Ancient human characters. Talum's breath caught in his throat. The room became silent as stone. On the screen, glowing bright and sharp, the message appeared. "We are back." Everyone froze. No one laughed now. No one called it a myth. Because the galaxy had just received a message in a language that supposedly belonged to creatures who never existed. But the message was real. And somewhere in the dark of space, something human was moving. The council chamber remained tense long after the message appeared on the screen. The sentence, written in clear human language, echoed in the minds of everyone present. "We are coming home." Most aliens refused to believe it. Some thought it was a joke. Others feared it was something worse. But whatever it was, the signal kept repeating. Each time, it grew stronger. High Commander Zelion, leader of the Galactic Defense Force, sat in silence. His four glowing eyes did not blink. He had fought in many wars, against many enemies, but this message disturbed him more than anything before. Beside him, the young historian Lyric stood nervously. Only hours ago, the council had laughed at him for claiming humans might be real. Now, they watched him with fear and suspicion. "Explain this," Commander Zelion demanded. His voice was deep, almost shaking the room. Lyric swallowed hard. "The message is coming from the outer rift. That region of space has been empty for thousands of years. No ships, no planets, nothing." "Humans are myths," said Counselor Zara. "They cannot speak. They cannot send signals. They cannot exist." Lyric turned toward her. "Then who is sending this?" Silence. No one had an answer. Hours passed. The message continued. Every language system in the galaxy tried to analyze it. Every military ship attempted to trace it. Every scientist tried to break it apart, but the message stayed the same. "We are coming home." The tone was calm, confident, and frightening. Soon, strange things began happening across the galaxy. First, ships near the outer rift reported power failures. Bright flashes of white light appeared and disappeared. Some ships said they felt watched, even though no one could be seen. Then a trading vessel vanished without warning. It disappeared while sending a distress call. The last thing the crew said was this: "There is something behind us, something human-shaped." This single message spread fear across all alien systems. Everyone knew the legends. Long ago, humans were not considered ordinary. The old stories said they had powerful minds, impossible strength, and strange abilities no alien could understand. They were said to be unpredictable, dangerous, and unstoppable in war. Most believed the stories were exaggerated. But now, no one was sure. The council held an emergency meeting. Every important leader gathered again. Screens around the chamber showed images from the rift, swirling lights, powerful energy pulses, and shapes that looked almost like giant structures. "What are these?" Councilor Zera asked. "A gateway, perhaps," said one scientist. "Or a weapon." Commander Zelion stood up. "We must prepare the defense fleet. If an ancient enemy is returning, we cannot wait." Another counselor disagreed. "We do not even know if it is humans. This message is in their language." Zelion shouted. Who else could speak it? Still, some were not convinced. "Humans were never real," one council member said. "Our ancestors invented them to scare children." Lyric stepped forward. "Maybe they didn't invent anything. Maybe they wrote what they saw." The room fell quiet again. Lyric continued. "The legends all say the same thing. Humans vanished suddenly. No bodies, no remains, no planets. They did not die. They left. And now they are returning," Commander Zelion added. Before anyone could respond, the entire chamber went dark. The lights died. The screens flickered. Electric energy crackled through the air. Something, or someone, was overriding the council's systems. Then, slowly, the screens lit up again, but they did not show the rift. Any more they showed a face. A human face it appeared only for a few seconds, blurry, glowing, and surrounded by static. But it was unmistakable. A creature with human eyes, human expression, human strength, and a human voice spoke. "We warned you not to forget us." The chamber erupted into chaos. Leaders shouted. Some ran. Some froze. But the message continued. "We left your galaxy in peace. We let you grow. We let your species live freely. With one promise." The image became sharper. The human face moved closer. "Do not touch what is ours." Commander Zelion stepped forward, heart pounding. "What do you want?" The human eyes narrowed. "We want what you found 600 years ago. The artifact you hid. The technology you stole." Lyric's breath caught. He knew about it. Every historian knew about it. But the council had ordered all records sealed. The discovery was too dangerous. How do they know? Zara whispered. "We erased everything." "You erased nothing," the voice replied, almost reading her mind. "We see everything. The humans, if they were humans, were not just returning. They were angry." The screen flickered again, and the face vanished. Only a final sentence remained. "We are almost there." Panic spread across the galaxy. Ships went on high alert. Military fleets rushed toward the outer rift. Scientists searched every record about the artifact the council had hidden. And citizens across dozens of star systems lived in fear. Were the stories true? Were humans really that strong? Were they really capable of conquering entire worlds alone? No alien wanted to believe it. But then something unexpected happened. A bright light appeared at the edge of the galaxy. It was bigger than a planet, brighter than a sun, and moving faster than any known ship. It was heading straight toward them. Commander Zelion called Lyric to the main command bridge. "This is your discovery," he said. "Now it is your responsibility. Tell me what that is." Lyric looked at the giant light approaching. "It looks like—" He hesitated. "A human fleet." The commander stared at him. "You are telling me humans built ships like that?" Lyric nodded slowly. The old stories say humans never had limits. The light grew brighter. The alarm sounded. Then the first silhouette appeared. Something massive, something powerful, something undeniably human. And before the galaxy could prepare itself, the humans arrived. The message from the human signal continued to echo through every communication tower in the Zyrak Alliance. It repeated every 10 seconds like a heartbeat. Alien military officers, scientists, and historians stared at the translated lines in disbelief. None of them had ever seen human language used outside ancient digital archives. Yet here it was, fresh, alive, impossible. General Varkin stood at the main observation deck, watching the recorded flash of the message on a large holographic screen. He was one of the most experienced military leaders in the galaxy, a warrior who never shook, never hesitated. But now, for the first time in many years, he felt a drop of fear in his chest. The message was simple. Too simple. We are coming. Only 3 words. But those 3 words were strong enough to shake the entire galaxy. Across the vast star systems, panic quietly began to grow. Every major alien empire received the same signal. Some ignored it. Some laughed at it. Some were confused. But a few, especially the older factions, felt a cold memory waking up inside them. There were old stories, almost forgotten, told by ancient travelers. Stories of humans who survived in darkness. Stories of humans who fought impossible wars. Stories of humans who never surrendered, even when the galaxy thought they were extinct. Now those stories did not feel so funny anymore. The historian, who warned them in the deep library halls of the Zyrak Academy. Laren, the young historian who discovered the signal, walked nervously between shelves of ancient star maps. Only 3 hours ago, the council had laughed at him. Now, everything was changing. He moved quickly to the oldest section of the library, the place where dusty records of extinct species were stored. Most historians never visited this area. They believed these stories were only myths, nothing more. Laren opened an old digital tablet full of old human history summaries. The tablet was cracked, slow, and covered with warning labels. Humans were marked as unconfirmed species, and many alien scholars had removed them from modern teaching. But Laren always believed the stories might be real. He studied the tablet again. Human battles, human explorations, human survival tales. Humans were described as clever, stubborn, brave, and sometimes too dangerous. There were notes saying humans could adapt to any environment, from burning deserts to frozen wastelands. Another line said humans learned faster than most species. Another said humans formed emotional bonds that made them fight harder. And one specific note stood out. If humans ever return, they will not come quietly. Laren swallowed hard. The message suddenly made sense. The council meets in panic inside the shining Grand Council chamber. Leaders of all races gathered. Only hours ago, they were laughing at the idea of humans. Now they sat in silence, their eyes fixed on the hologram repeating the human message. The Supreme Chancellor, a tall insect-like creature with glowing green eyes, hit the table. "This is impossible," he said. "Humans cannot be real. They died out thousands of years ago." A deep voice replied from across the room. It was General Varkin, and his voice held no humor now. "Then someone is pretending to be humans. And whoever it is, they want us afraid." The Chancellor frowned. "You believe this signal is a threat?" "It is a warning," Varkin said. "A confident warning. Only a strong species would send a message so simple." Another council member, a soft-skinned creature with blue feathers, spoke next. "What if?" She whispered, "What if it really is them?" Silence fell again. No one wanted to say it. No one wanted to accept it. But in their hearts, every council member knew the truth. The galaxy had spent thousands of years joking about humans. And now someone was answering the jokes. The Chancellor slammed his hand again. "We need proof." Varkin nodded. "We will find it." First signs of human footprints in the outer rim of the galaxy, far away from the safety of the Council worlds. A small patrol ship called the Vora Scout drifted through a dark, empty region of space. The crew was bored. There was nothing there, just dead asteroids, broken moons, and leftover debris from old wars. Then, suddenly, the sensors began to scream. Lieutenant Kess, a young reptilian officer, rushed to the control panel. The screen flashed bright red. Something was approaching fast. Something no one could identify. "It's coming from behind that broken moon," Kess said. The captain stood and looked at the screen carefully. The object was small, fast, and impossibly smooth in design. It did not match any known ship type in the galaxy. "Try to scan it," the captain ordered. Kess activated the scan, but the results made no sense. No energy signature. No heat pattern. No radio waves. It just exists. "You mean it's a ghost?" One crew member joked nervously. But Kess was not laughing. The object slowly moved around the broken moon, revealing its full shape. It was a ship, but unlike any alien ship ever built. It was black, sharp, and covered in strange lines like armor plates. A glowing emblem shined on the side, an emblem the crew had never seen in real life. Only in old legends. It was a simple design, a circle with two crossed lines. Humans called it a stellar crest. The crew froze. "Captain," Kess whispered, "it's human." The captain's heart almost stopped. Before he could speak, the strange ship moved again, smooth, silent, controlled. It passed by the patrol ship at high speed, leaving no sound behind. And then, just before disappearing into the darkness, the ship sent a single short message. "Prepare yourselves." Fear spreads across the stars. The patrol ship sent the recording to the Council. The message traveled across the galaxy in minutes. Worlds that once laughed at humans began to tremble. Governments called emergency meetings. Military fleets doubled their alert level. Everyone asked the same question. Were humans truly back? No one had an answer yet. But everyone could feel the truth. Something was coming. Something powerful. Something that did not fear the galaxy. The myths were no longer myths, and whatever was approaching was only getting closer. The entire galaxy watched the message from the humans loop again and again. One simple sentence. One voice. A voice that sounded calm. Too calm. "We are returning." Those three words hit every alien empire like a cold wave. No one spoke at first. No one dared to. Every species, every leader, every soldier felt something deep in their chest, something they never expected to feel. Fear. Inside the High Council Hall. The lights flickered. A long table stretched across the chamber, crowded with alien commanders and politicians. The recording stopped. Silence followed. General Turok, whose army had defeated 3-star empires, finally spoke. "This cannot be real." But his voice was weak. Even he did not believe his own words. Another commander, a tall insectoid warrior named Veltra, tapped her claws nervously on the table. "That language is ancient," she whispered. "Dead for over 6,000 years. And yet the message is recent, fresh, no decay, no distortion." The historian, Lauren, the same young scholar the council had mocked earlier, stepped forward. His eyes looked sharper now, filled with a confidence he never had before. "I told you," he said quietly. "Humans existed. They were never just a legend. And now, they want to come back." The council members stared at him as if seeing him for the first time. Lauren touched the console, bringing up the signal again. The waveform glowed bright blue. "This message is not just a warning," he continued. "It is a location. The humans want us to find them. Gasps filled the hall. Why? Someone demanded. Why send a beacon to us? Loran hesitated. Maybe they want to talk. General Turok shook his head. No. Legends say humans were warriors. Brutal. Unpredictable. If they lived. If they survived, then they are watching us. The room darkened for a moment as the system adjusted. Then, another officer ran inside, breathless. Council members, he said. We found something else. He placed a datapad on the table. It projected a massive star map. A glowing circle marked the region at the edge of the galaxy. This is where the message came from. The room leaned forward. It is an empty region, Veltra said. No planets. No stations. Nothing but dust. The officer swallowed. Not anymore. He tapped the screen. A shape appeared. A huge one. Slowly resolving into something terrifying. A structure. Floating in the dark. A structure larger than any alien ship. A structure shaped like a massive ring with pulsing lights. The map zoomed in. That is not natural, Veltra whispered. No, the officer agreed. It is a megastructure. One we cannot scan. Our highest scanners bounce off it. It is made from an unknown alloy. No race in the galaxy builds like this. General Turok's jaw tightened. Are you trying to say humans built this? The officer nodded slowly. Yes, General. It matches ancient human designs from old ruins, only far more advanced. And there is more. He tapped the pad again. The structure lit up in red. It is powering up. The council erupted into chaos. Is it a weapon? Are they invading? We must send ships. No, that may provoke them. Humans are dangerous. Loran raised his voice. Stop. No one here knows their intentions yet. General Turok turned to him sharply. You expect us to stay calm when a mythical species builds a weapon at our border. We do not know it is a weapon, Loran insisted. It might be a station. A gate. Anything. Veltra leaned forward. What if it is a trap? What if humans waited thousands of years, hiding, preparing? Everyone felt their skin crawl at the thought. Across the hall, a new sound echoed. A deep, low hum. Lights flickered again. What now? Someone hissed. An AI panel lit up. Incoming signal detected. Loran's heart stopped. Another signal? From the same location? Yes, the AI confirmed. Message contains visual data. The room tilted into fear. Visual data meant humans wanted them to see something. Play it, Veltra said. No, General Turok snapped. We do not know what, but the AI was already processing. The message played automatically when it arrived. A large hologram burst into the air. At first. It was static. Then the image sharpened. Darkness. Metal. Light switching on. A corridor appeared long. Metallic, glowing with human design. Soft white lights lined the ceiling. The floor was made of plates with an old Earth symbol burned into them. Alien eyes widened. A figure stepped into view. Tall. Armored. Human. Not a hologram. Not a drawing. Real. The figure wore a sleek black exosuit that glowed faint blue. The helmet visor reflected everything like liquid glass. The armor looked old but upgraded, a style no alien race used. The figure stood still for several seconds. Then it spoke, a deep, calm voice filled the chamber. We know you are watching. Every alien froze. We know you doubt our existence. You should not. The figure stepped closer. The suit hummed with hidden power. We left the galaxy long ago to protect it from something greater than war. The chamber filled with whispers. Protect. From what? What is he talking about? The human continued. We did not expect to return. But the threat we faced is coming back. And now, so are we. General Turok's hands tightened into fists. What threat? He shouted at the image, though it could not hear him. The human tilted his head slightly. You will have questions. You will want answers. And you will get them. The screen flickered. The human's final words echoed across the hall. Prepare your worlds. Humanity returns not as a myth, not as a story, but as your only shield. The transmission ended. Silence swallowed the room once more. Then Vulture whispered the thought. In every mind, if humans are the shield, what kind of enemy are they preparing us for? No one answered Dot, because for the first time in thousands of years, the galaxy realized something terrifying. Humans were not myths. Humans were not stories. Humans were back, and they were afraid of something even worse. The alien ship moved deeper into the abandoned star system, following the strange coordinates the humans had sent. The crew stayed silent. No one wanted to breathe too loudly. All screens showed the same thing, a small blue outline far ahead. Floating like a ghost in the darkness. Commander Rel stood at the front window, his 4 eyes fixed on the distant shape. Is that a station? He whispered. Lieutenant Varro checked the scanner again. It is not a station, Commander. It is something much older, much stronger. The blue outline grew brighter as they got closer. Finally, the object came into full view, and all crew members stopped moving. It was a massive human structure, a metal ring the size of a small moon, broken in places, but still glowing with faint power. Strange blue sparks ran across the outer frame, like sleeping electricity waiting to wake up. Historian Droll's voice shook. This is impossible. Human ruins should not exist. Humans were only myth, only stories. Commander Rel did not reply. He slowly floated closer to the display, staring at the ancient ring. This is not a ruin, he said. This is a warning. The crew began whispering among themselves. Some felt excitement. Others felt fear. But all felt the truth pressing on them. Humans were real, and they had been here long before any alien empire. The ship received another message. The same strange human voice, calm, confident, approached the ring structure. We are waiting for you. Lieutenant Varro looked around nervously. Commander, should we trust them? Humans were known in legends as dangerous, clever, unpredictable. They were also known, Historian Droll interrupted, as protectors, heroes, builders of impossible things. Maybe they are not our enemy. Commander Rel sighed. We have come too far to turn back now. The ship moved toward the giant ring. As it got close, the ring lit up. Ancient human symbols glowed across the metal surface, like waking stars. Dro gasped. I know this script. I studied it in lost archive texts. It says, Gate of Return. The words echoed through the command center. Lieutenant Varro swallowed hard. Return? Return of what? Before anyone could answer, the center of the ring filled with crackling blue light. A swirling portal opened, spinning like a storm of stars. The whole crew held their breath. Then, silence. The portal calmed. Something was coming through. A shadow first, then a long shape, then a full, solid form. The alien crew stepped back, eyes wide. It was a human starship. Sleek, black, silent, ancient, but still alive with soft blue lines glowing across its hull. Nothing in the galaxy looked like it. Not even close. Historian Droll's voice broke. It cannot be. These ships belong to the first age. The oldest age. Humans used them when the galaxy was still young. The human ship stopped just outside the portal, facing the alien vessel. Its surface shifted, and a hologram projected in front of the aliens, an image of a human figure in dark armor. Glowing blue like energy wrapped around the body. The human spoke again. Identify yourselves. Commander Rel stepped forward, trying to speak without shaking. I am Commander Rail of the Kether Alliance. We believed humans were only a legend. We did not know you still existed. The human figure tilted its head slightly. We know what the galaxy thinks of us. We know the stories. We know the jokes. A long pause. But we also know who created those stories. The alien crew exchanged confused looks. The human continued, voice calm but cold. Humans disappeared from the galaxy because we chose to. We stepped away to avoid something coming. Something bigger than your empires. Bigger than your wars. Commander Rel frowned. Something? What do you mean? What threat? The hologram flickered for a moment. Then the human answered, "The galaxy is not ready to face what is returning." The room froze. Lieutenant Varro whispered, "Returning? From where?" The human ignored the question. Instead, it pointed to the glowing ring behind it. "This gate is one of many. We left them hidden across the galaxy, waiting for the day we would return. You found one earlier than expected." Historian Droll took a shaky step forward. "Are you coming back to rule the galaxy?" The human's eyes glowed brighter. "No, we are coming back to save it." The words hit Commander Rio like a shockwave. "Save it? From what?" The human ship rotated slowly, showing huge burn marks on its surface, like it had survived massive battles. "We are fighting something in the dark of the universe," the human said. "Something that eats stars. Something your empires do not know exists yet." Silence fell again. A heavy silence. A fearful silence. Then the human said, "We need allies." Commander Rio almost stepped back. "Us? You want us to join you?" The hologram nodded. "The threat is too big for us alone. It is too big for you alone. It is too big for all life. Alone." Historian Droll whispered, "Then why reveal yourselves now?" The human responded, "Because we heard your signal. The one your council laughed at. Your historian did not laugh. Your people did not mock. You listened. And that means you are ready." Droll's eyes filled with emotion. He looked at Commander Rio. "Commander, this changes everything." But before Ral could reply, the human spoke again, stronger this time. "You must decide. Will your people stand with us, or stand alone?" The alien crew looked at each other. The galaxy had mocked humans for ages. Now humans had returned, stronger, with a warning that shook every soul on the ship. Commander Rail took a deep breath and prepared his answer. The galaxy had never been so silent. Not even during wars. Not even when planets fell. Not even when stars collapsed. Every screen, every ship, every station across the sky showed one image: humans. Real humans. Alive. Standing on an alien world. For thousands of years, they were nothing but a story, a tale. A strange rumor passed from old star to new star. But now they were here, and nothing in the galaxy felt safe anymore. The human commander stepped forward from the landing platform. His armor shone like metal forged inside a star. The visor of his helmet glowed with a soft blue light. His boots touched the alien soil with calm, controlled power. Behind him, thousands of humans stood in formation, silent, disciplined, and ready. Aliens watching from distant worlds felt something they had never felt before. Fear mixed with curiosity. Respect mixed with confusion. Shock mixed with awe. The legends had walked out of the mist. And the myths were stronger than anyone expected. In the great council chamber far above, chaos had turned into whispers. Whispers turned into arguments. Arguments turned into panic. Counselor Tekereth slammed his fists on the table. "This is impossible. Humans vanished thousands of years ago." General Korvac replied coldly, "Then explain what we are seeing." Scaviro, the same historian they mocked before, sat quietly. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't angry, but he understood something the others didn't. These humans, he said in a low voice, they didn't die. They didn't fade away. They evolved. All eyes turned to him. What do you mean? The council chair demanded. Scholar Vero brought up a holoscreen. Strange shapes appeared, massive ships, large space networks, coded messages, hidden pathways. The signals I detected weren't random. They were warm-ups, Vero said. Humans were preparing. They were watching us, studying us. Councilor Neth almost choked. Studying us? Why? Vero swallowed hard. Because they knew we didn't believe in them. And now, they want to show us why the galaxy should have respected them. Down on the surface, the human commander raised his hand. His soldiers moved aside, opening a path for a single glowing device. It looked like a sphere of pure energy woven with circuits. Aliens watching from the broadcast could feel the power from it. Commander Hale's voice finally echoed through the world, translated perfectly into every alien language. We warned the galaxy once, many centuries ago. You forgot. You laughed. You turned our story into a joke. The aliens watching shivered. No one moved. No one dared to breathe. Commander Hale continued. We didn't vanish. We hid. We built. We waited. The energy sphere rose into the air and exploded into a massive hologram of the entire galaxy. Red dots marked human outposts. Blue lines showed secret travel routes. Silver symbols marked unknown stations. The aliens gasped. Humans had been everywhere. Everywhere. But unseen, General Korvac felt the scales drop from his eyes as he watched. How? How did they do this? He whispered. Scholar Vero answered quietly. Humans do not show their strength until they must. It is a part of their nature. The council chair trembled. Are you saying the legends were true? Their resilience? Their stubbornness? Their power? Yes, Vero said. And more. Back on the surface, Commander Hale walked forward until he stood face to face with the alien welcoming party military officers. Scientists, diplomats, all trembling, all unsure what to expect. The commander removed his helmet. His eyes were calm, steady, focused, human. You believed we were myths, he said softly. The alien governor Wexler, a tall creature with shifting purple skin, stuttered. We were mistaken. Hale nodded. Everyone is mistaken, he said, until they learn the truth. And the truth is what? Wexler asked in a shaking voice. Hale stepped closer, his voice lowering like a warning. The truth is, humanity survived everything: wars, plagues, extinctions, because we do not break. We adapt. We rebuild. And when we return, we do not come weak. Behind him, every human soldier stomped their boots in unison. A sound like thunder swept the planet. The energy sphere changed shape, transforming into a column of pure light that shot upward into the sky straight to orbit. Every alien ship above felt its systems hum. Every scanner went wild. Every engine lost power for a moment. The humans had just shown a taste of their technology. A reminder, a warning, a promise. Commander Hale looked directly into the broadcast cameras. We do not seek conquest, he said. We seek recognition. We seek peace. But make no mistake, if the galaxy threatens us again, we will not hide. We will not wait. Across the galaxy, generals, kings, scientists, and warlords watched him in frozen silence. He spoke the final sentence with the force of a star. Humanity is no myth. Humanity is back. In the great council chamber, no one argued anymore. No one laughed. No one mocked. They all understood that the galaxy had just changed forever. Councilor Tekereth whispered, So, what do we do now? Scholar Vero exhaled slowly. We welcome them, he said. or we risk becoming the next myth. Down below, the humans stood united, millions of them, ready, prepared, and stronger than any legend ever described. The myths had walked back into reality, and the galaxy would never forget it. The alien council chamber was silent, an unbroken tension filling every corner. The strange human message from the signal had stopped. All the alien scholars, generals, and diplomats stared at the enormous holographic display hovering above the floor. The words glowed. "We are here. We have returned." For centuries, humans had been nothing more than myths. Stories whispered among alien civilizations. Some thought humans were fairy tales, exaggerations, or extinct legends. Now, the truth was undeniable. The humans had survived, hidden in a distant system, silently watching and preparing. And now, they were coming. A young alien historian, Talion, who had first discovered the signal, could hardly believe his eyes. His colleagues, who had laughed at him for years, now looked at him with a mix of fear, confusion, and awe. Talion's hand shook as he activated a new projection, a map of human ships approaching the galaxy. The ships were unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. Sleek, elegant, yet powerful. Their energy signatures glowed bright blue, cutting through the vacuum of space like living comets. Each vessel pulsed with advanced technology that even the most brilliant alien engineers could barely understand. This is impossible," whispered General Kravos, one of the largest and most feared military leaders in the galaxy. "Humans should be primitive. They should not exist. And yet, look at this fleet." Talion nodded, still staring at the screen. "They were never gone. They were never weak. Everything we thought we knew about humans was wrong." As the Alien Council debated, the first human fleet entered their territory. A calm, controlled wave of light and ships moving with precision and coordination. It was not an attack, not yet. It was a statement, a reminder. A human representative appeared in the council chamber via hologram. The aliens were shocked by the human's presence. The human's image was clear, tall, and confident. His eyes held a deep intelligence, a calm strength that radiated across the alien minds watching him. "I am Commander Elias Vorn of the United Terran Coalition," the human said. His voice was steady, filled with authority yet free of arrogance. "For centuries, we were the stories you dismissed. Today, we step into the galaxy. We come not to destroy, but to claim our place. The myths you laughed at are real." The aliens whispered among themselves, stunned. Some were angry, some afraid, some simply speechless. A few tried to prepare for a fight, but the humans did not attack. Their ships formed a protective formation around the hologram, showing their strength without aggression. Talion took a deep breath. They are humans. They survived. They evolved. And now, they are here to be recognized. Suddenly, the holographic image shifted. It showed humans exploring, learning, and conquering challenges far beyond alien imagination. Humans had adapted to every environment, every obstacle. They were resilient, smart, and united in ways the aliens had never achieved. The council leader, Supreme Chancellor Zarian, tried to speak, but his voice trembled. How? How is this possible? All records, all histories. Humans were myths. Commander Vorn smiled faintly. Myths exist because they contain truths hidden from those unwilling to see. You dismissed our legends, but we survived, grew stronger, and prepared for the galaxy's challenges. Today, we reclaim what was never lost. The alien military leaders realized the gravity of the situation. Their largest weapons, their strongest fleets, their most feared warships. None could match the humans' combination of technology, strategy, and adaptability. Talion's eyes sparkled. They are not just strong, They are perfect examples of survival, ingenuity, and unity. Humanity is a force unlike anything the galaxy has seen. As hours passed, the council chamber grew quiet again. Even the loudest critics could not deny what they saw. Humans were no longer myths. They were real, powerful, and unstoppable. The galaxy had mocked them for centuries, but now the tables had turned. Commander Vorn's hologram faded, leaving the aliens with one final message. We are here. We are humans. And we will be remembered not as myths, but as legends. A wave of awe swept through the council. For the first time, aliens of all kinds felt what it was like to truly fear, respect, and admire another species. The galaxy would never be the same. Humans had returned, not as stories, not as legends, but as the undeniable reality of a force to be reckoned with. Outside, human ships continued to arrive. Planets, systems, and sectors once thought unreachable were now under humanity's watchful eyes. And as Talion looked at the stars, he whispered to himself, "We've laughed at myths." But the myths laughed last. The galaxy had learned its first lesson about humans. Never underestimate them. And now, humans were ready to walk freely among the stars. The legends were true. The myths were real. Humanity had arrived,